I mean, you make good recommendations. You make recommendations to things that I'm going to watch anyway. You just remind me they exist.
Hey, don't forget. Dune. 6 months away.
All right.
Dune, 5 months away.
I'm going to watch it when it
4
comes
months
out.
away, buddy.
And then it came out. And
2 more months.
Did you see Dune yet? Literally, I texted you the night that Dune came out.
You finished it before me.
Right? And I texted you. I was like, what'd you think? You're like, still watching it there, Chief? Oh, okay. Well, I'm standing by. The lights are off, down low. It's dark in here.
Bethesda After Dark.
It's business time. Oh no, it's not business time. Sorry, that's not at all what's happening right now.
It's not Wednesday night even.
You told me off the air, if you will, that you started watching Batman the Animated Series a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm back in it.
Yeah, I'm back in it. It's not easy to get, or it's not
really
easy.
leaves, but yeah, I'm back in the thick of it because I've been watching a lot of it.
I guess that's what I meant by it's not easy. It is easy to get back into it because it's still holds up really well.
It's great.
It's very good.
It's so good. It's also got its super cheesy moments and stuff too. But
I'm all sniffly.
But man, it really is. I mean, it's true what they say. It's, I think, one of the definitive portrayals of Batman that's ever been put to any medium.
Didn't someone on Twitter the other day say Gargoyles was the best 90s action cartoon?
Yeah, and I responded with Batman facepalming.
Because Gargoyles, while
Batman
it's incredible,
facepalm at that. He's like, hey, I'm right over here.
I think Gargoyles was the best Disney show of the 90s. And I think...
Till they bought Doug.
Right. And I think that Batman the Animated Series is the best Warner Brothers show of the 90s. That intro for Batman?
When did Freakazoid come out?
Oh.
Early 2000s?
Right.
I like
Freakazoid.
Freakazoid.
Nothing will stop me now! Hey, Freakazoid, want to get a mint? Okay.
Okay.
And
some good mint.
They come out of the restaurant and belly's full. That was a good mint. I'm really glad that we both know exactly what that bit is from.
Hey, Freakazoid, you gonna go save those teenagers now?
I guess so.
I guess. Runs off.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That's just classic stuff.
And I know that the older we get, we always say things like, back in my day,
I'd like to think today's still my day. I mean, not in a it's all about me or our generation even kind of way, but just to like, I'm still in the world. I'm still consuming
here.
New media.
You hit 40 and you go to the doctor and like, well, you're practically dead.
Yeah.
This guy will not slow down. Oh, whoops. I don't know what I did there.
That was cool, though.
That was cool, wasn't it? Hey, stop.
Slowed him down.
I'm trying to punch him.
Yeah.
All right, I got him.
There you go.
There we go.
Take it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tina.
I'm the king of jewelry. I'll have you know. That sounds like a Batman villain. I'm Jewelry Man. Time's up, Batman.
Uh-oh. Batman have some sexual misconduct.
Uh-oh. The Clock King is here.
He did in that adaptation of The Killing Joke. Jesus.
Oh, right? Jeez. Not very cool, Batman.
Speaking of which, yeah, go back and watch the animated series and watch him and Barbara interact and then realize where it's going in The Killing Joke and be like, ooh.
Like, my version of Batman has Batman, like the Batman that I have in my head.
Don't tell Gordon she's growing up nicely. Don't say shit like that.
It's gross, Batman. You're gross, man. Like the Batman in my head, because I think everyone has a version of Batman that they subscribe to.
Even Batman.
Right. Even Batman has a version of Batman that he likes best. Would have been like, whenever Barbara came on to him, the Batman in my head would have been like, whoa.
Yeah.
Take it easy. You're emotional. You need to calm down. You take it easy. Take a breath. Think about what we're doing.
Think about our overall relationship and realize how inappropriate this is.
Extremely inappropriate. And then they would have gone home and everything would have been fine. She wouldn't have been Batgirl anymore.
Or they would have met up at the next thing and she would have been like, hey, thanks for,
right, being
taking
cool.
advantage of me in a vulnerable moment, basically.
And he totally did.
And he basically just did, yeah.
Like what was it? What was his idea there? Was he like, all right, this is my last chance before she quits being Batgirl?
Guess, I don't know.
You're gonna make her wear the mask during or what? You weirdo.
Keep the cowl on.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I think everybody agrees though that. Like, all right, I'm kind of out on that storyline. I'm not doing that. I'm not defending that.
It wasn't part of the Killing Joke anyway.
It didn't need to be anything.
They shoehorned it in there. So whenever I straight up bought the Killing Joke on Blu-ray.
Sure.
I was all in.
We love Batman.
I love the Killing Joke.
And it's one of the all-time, I mean, we're going to have to do that one day. It's just rank Batman storylines. But yeah, it's up there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And so whenever I bought The Killing Joke on Blu-ray, I was expecting The Killing Joke to just be The Killing Joke. Maybe a more fleshed out version of it.
Right. Some expanded scenes or what have you.
And to a certain extent, that's what we got. We got a more fleshed out version of The Killing Joke.
Yeah, just skip the first, what is it, half hour or whatever, and you're good.
It's like 45 minutes.
It is so much.
The first 45 minutes is a story that loosely connects to The Killing Joke. It barely even connects.
Did they just hire two different writers to write treatments for it and mash them together?
It feels like that because
the kind of scenario we're looking at here. I have no idea.
I mean, because you know who wrote the second half of the movie?
Quentin Tarantino.
Alan Moore. I mean, they just took the words from the comic book. And that's why it felt so weird, because the first part of the movie felt like movie dialogue. It wasn't very good movie dialogue, but it felt at least a little more natural. Mm-hmm. And the second half of the movie sounded like it was out of a comic book. Because it's
spoiler alert.
It totally was.
Yeah, and that's fine.
I don't know how to get down there.
Some of the best adaptations I've seen of comic stuff or keep that comic dialogue feel.
Right.
For sure.
How do I get over there? I'm trying to collect these crumpets. I think I just figured out how to get over there.
Yeah, you got this.
I'm all like, I fell.
Famous last words. You got this.
You got this. And he's dead.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Batman?
We're talking about Batman? I love Batman.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your favorite Batman game?
Who's your...
You first.
Who's your Batman?
Oh, who's my Batman?
We have to establish that. If we're going to talk Batman, we have to establish it with who's your Batman.
All right. We'll do who's your Batman first, then we'll talk what's your favorite Batman game.
Good.
Because I already have mine picked out.
Oh, good.
My favorite Batman is Adam West. Hands down.
Wow.
I didn't even blink whenever,
All right, Father Time. Let's talk about it. Give me his credentials. Run them down. Talk about it.
I don't need to give you his credentials.
I know them, but talk about them.
I'll give you what the crap, man.
Or maybe just concentrate on not dying.
Right.
Let's talk about Adam West, though. Adam West.
So when I was...
Rest in peace. We love him.
The first 3 years of my life were rather tumultuous. Mm-hmm. Biological father was a bit of a dick and disappeared, right? Kind of came around once every now and then the first 2 years. Yeah, it got heavy suddenly. And
so did Batman's life. Spoiler alert.
Right? And
that night in the alley.
We're going to get to that, okay? We'll get there. So first couple of years of my life was tumultuous. Crappy biological father, just a horrible person, off to a bumpy start, right?
A rough start.
Mom remarried whenever I was about 3. I'm going to die again. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Again.
Come on. I think I saved it. So she remarried when I was about 3. And in this new marriage, stepdad brings with him his belongings. Mm-hmm. And some of his belongings are on VHS tape. Some episodes from the 1966 Batman TV series. I almost said animated series. No, the 1966. The 1966 Batman TV series. And you think like, wow, why would you have that on tape? Well, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. This is only like 20 years after the show came out.
Right.
Okay? We are old.
Yeah, you couldn't just go to Target and buy the box set.
No. So he recorded them and he kept them. All those years, just still had them.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And I'm like, what a cool thing. So we didn't have cable or nothing like that, but suddenly we had a VCR and a TV, and I watched Batman. Awesome. And like my first real word, not mama or dada or anything like that. Right. My first actual spoken word where I actually had a conversation. I'm dying. My first real word was Batman, and I'd sing the song right. No, Batman, just all the time.
Leader.
All the time.
Batman.
So that's why Adam West is my favorite Batman, because I have such a fond memory of him.
That's nice. I liked that. I liked that connection. That's good. I'll let that stand even just by itself. Even if Adam West were the worst, and he's obviously not the worst live action Batman even.
No.
Cough, cough, bat nipples. Yeah, no, even with just that connection, I could see how he would be your favorite.
Right.
Separate question, because I don't think these answers are necessarily the same. Who do you think is the definitive portrayal of what was meant to be Batman? Because obviously Adam West Batman highlights a certain aspect of Batman.
Animated or otherwise?
We'll throw it all in.
Animated is Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy nails, I think. Yeah,
He has the perfect voice for it.
he was one of the first people to realize that you should do a separate Bruce Wayne voice.
Right.
And that in and of itself is just kind of...
And the way that he executed it, it was so subtle. It wasn't a huge jump from like his Bruce Wayne voice to Batman voice. They were very close. But there's just this slight hint of darkness with Batman's voice whenever Kevin Conroy does it.
I always liked that Bruce Wayne was always relaxed. Anytime he would talk, hey, good to see you. Hey, Alfred. Hey, he was just always kind of bouncy. And then Batman was much more firm and rigid, but also still authoritative and still the same guy.
Right.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
So live action, you first.
Keaton.
All right.
I like live action Keaton, man.
Right.
And I'm going to say, yeah, spoiler alert, similar reasons to you. Having grown up with VHS tapes of Batman Returns.
It's your fondest memory of Batman.
What's my fondest memory of Batman?
No, I'm saying like that's one of your fondest
it's
memories
one
of
of them,
Batman.
yeah, it's definitely
Michael Keaton's Batman.
Oh, he's just... All right, look, for all the whatever about, the flack he got when he was announced even that he was going to be Batman, I don't care about any of that. He's a good actor. Michael Keaton is a good actor. Those movies are good movies, and I think it works.
Oh, it absolutely works. And Michael Keaton got the same flack that Heath Ledger did.
Right, exactly.
Because Heath Ledger was known for being the aloof guy in the romantic comedy, right?
Right.
And they're like, Psh, are you kidding? Joker? And I'm not going to like point any fingers at maybe what caused him to become depressed, but I'm sure that the criticism that was levied against him didn't help.
Criticism, yeah, very stressful.
Yeah.
Very stressful.
So I'm not going to say what triggered anything, but I'm sure it didn't help.
No, and it doesn't have to end tragically for it to still be a dick move.
Right. It's still mean. Still a mean
really
thing to do.
Mean and unfair and unfounded. I mean, on both accounts, both Keaton and Ledger both brought it to those roles.
And suddenly it went from...
Oh, you gotta shoot that little skeleton kid.
I am. The tiny little skeleton boy. Suddenly it went from, are you kidding me? You hired Heath Ledger to, well, we're never going to get to see another version of Heath Ledger's Joker. Nope.
This is going to change how people just portray the Joker. Period.
Yep. And suddenly everything's not being compared to Jack Nicholson anymore. It's being compared to Heath Ledger.
Right.
So
also, shout out to Cesar Romero.
Oh, for sure. Did not shave his mustache.
Not at all.
Because he was a proud Latin actor.
I love it.
And so my favorite live action Batman we already did was Adam West, and yours is Michael Keaton. And I think we both agree that the best animated version,
bow down to Kevin Conroy.
And a close second is the most recent portrayal of animated Batman, which is Jensen Ackles.
Can we do a special honorable mention to Dietrich Bader?
Absolutely.
For
Brave and the Bold?
I love it. It's just it's a fun portrayal. But yeah, I agree.
It's pretty great.
Jensen Ackles' portrayal is great.
And it was weird because what was the movie that I just watched with him in? Long Halloween.
Long Halloween. You're welcome for that recommendation, by the way.
Recently released on HBO Max. Watched the whole thing.
Not that you didn't know what it was. I'm just saying it was on HBO. You should watch it. Yeah.
I got a month of, or I re-downloaded and resubscribed to HBO Max just so I could watch Dune and Batman: The Long Halloween. And I was surprised that Batman: The Long Halloween, both parts are full-fledged movies. They're both like an hour and a half long.
I'm surprised by how much sway I have over your life.
I mean, you make good recommendations. You make recommendations to things that I'm going to watch anyway. You just remind me they exist.
Hey, don't forget. Dune, 6 months away.
All right.
Dune, 5 months away.
I'm going to watch it when it comes out.
4 months away, buddy.
And then it came out and he's
2
like,
more months.
Did you see Dune yet? Literally, I texted you the night that Dune came out.
You finished it before me.
Right? And I texted you, I was like, what'd you think? You're like, still watching it there, Chief? Oh, okay. Well, standing by. Standing by for your for your opinion.
Yeah, it felt very much like, what do you want? Oh, nothing, sir. Sorry for interrupting.
Nothing. Carry on. My apologies. These poor, cute little stumpies. I'm sorry.
Adorable. A lot of adorable enemies in this run.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm fine with. I'm fond of that.
So, Long Halloween, the thing that got me about Jensen Ackles was I was expecting him to sound like Dean from Supernatural.
That's fair.
And I like Dean from Supernatural.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
It's a great character. But I kept listening for Jensen Ackles' accent.
You were judging him.
He's kind of like got that, I don't know, he just got kind of an accent, kind of like that. Boston accent, maybe. I don't know what kind of accent it is.
Everybody has an accent of some kind.
Right. And I was listening for his normal cadence. I couldn't pick it out. I finally did. I finally okay, there it is. It slips through every now and then. Jensen Ackles' real voice, so to speak.
Sure.
Because of course his real voice is going to slip through. He's him.
I mean, it's hours and hours of voice recording, and it's just, it happens. They hired him for a reason. Come on.
But all that being said, he really, you can tell he did his homework.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he listened to Kevin Conroy a lot.
Had a lot of respect for Conroy. You could tell, that he started at Conroy.
Right.
It felt like.
And kind of worked up
and
from there.
And then he, built his version.
Because the guy that voiced Joker just did an impersonation of Mark Hamill.
I don't even want to talk about the Joker, because Mark Hamill's the only good thing about the Joker, honestly. Right. Everything else associated with animated Joker, and obviously we have a lot of respect for Heath Ledger's portrayal in Cesar Romero, but just the culture around it and some of the debate around it,
it's weird.
I don't even like to touch the Joker.
It's very weird. But he did such a good job of that subtle darkness whenever Batman's on screen compared to whenever Bruce Wayne's on screen, because it sounds like the fake voice is Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And his real voice is Batman.
It's like, really, I'm Batman.
But his real voice is Jensen Ackles, which was hard to pick out.
And that's so Batman.
And that's the mark of a good voice actor.
Love it.
Ooh, a new shield.
Also, a special shout out to David Dasmalian being Calendar Man.
Oh yeah,
he did a phenomenal job.
He played Polka Dot Man in the new Suicide Squad, right?
And also, I'm going to bring it back around to wrap this up. He also plays Peter DeVries.
He sure do. And what a weirdo.
Oh, he's great.
I was so sad when he died.
Go through his filmography. Do it.
All right. All over it. Can you spell his name for me?
No.